Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365 and it's another month finished, so we're gonna jump right in and see what I picked up in my 4K Blu-ray haul for the month of November. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I put out videos daily. Also, you can check me over at Twitter at Movie Guy 365. So yeah, another month is coming on. That means we're gonna go over the stuff I was able to pick up in the month of November. There were some stuff I mean, we had a big sale month, obviously. Black Friday and of course Cyber Monday and those kind of things. And while that's a very good time of year, typically because I pick up a lot of things when they come out on a weekly basis, there wasn't much for the sale for me. I did manage to pick up a couple things, which I will highlight when I do. A lot of it was catalog stuff or sale coincidental to the week of Black Friday, that kind of thing. But I got some really good deals this month. And of course, also the Barnes & Noble Criterion sale is this month, ends in a few days. So I did manage to pick up a few things. The only thing I wish I would have gotten a little bit more of would be the Criterions. I still may actually make a trip today or tomorrow. I do want to get at least 2 more titles before the sale ends, and then we have to wait until almost summertime. Well, summertime, yeah, before the next sale. Criterion does do flash sales here and there, but I like the Barnes & Noble ones because I get the extra discount. So, all right, we're going to start with the Blu-rays and give you my opinion. Now, speaking of Criterion, The Princess Bride. This was like almost the first thing I picked up this month. Criterion edition. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. Yeah, it's a gorgeous looking Criterion. One of my favorite dramas. Dramedies. I can't say any more about this movie. It's an amazing tale. It's timeless. It has some of the best lines you can quote. Come on, you got to pick this up. This is awesome. Yeah. Also, going back to the catalog stuff. For those who are new to the channel, so when I unfortunately got divorced a number of years ago, I had to sell about 95% of my Blu-ray collection, and that was a tough time. So, you know, you can't just go back out and buy everything all at once. That's way cost prohibitive. So, most catalogs that I have here are stuff that I'm just reacquiring, and unfortunately, that's just, you know, way life goes. But one of those is Happy Gilmore, one of my favorites. I absolutely love this movie. It's my favorite Sandler film, and next to Billy Madison, but it's so good. Come on, Happy Gilmore, you can't go wrong here. Got it for like $5 at Target, so yeah, absolutely. Now, here's one that I wish they would have put on 4K. They still may one day. I'm just not entirely confident in that. But I wanted to get it anyway because it's such a good movie. It just came out a couple weeks ago. I saw it in the theater. It didn't get a huge box office, but it's a fun movie, and that's Christopher Robin. Ewan McGregor's great. If you're a fan of Winnie the Pooh, Disney Tales, that kind of thing, you're going to like this. I did a review for it, so go ahead and look. It's in my channel. But yeah, Christopher Robin. It's a touching story. It really is, and it has a great musical ending, if you know, and that kind of thing, and it's just so, I loved it. It's such a good movie. Another movie I got was a complete blind buy. I bought it based off the trailer. It was in and out of the theaters like quick, but I did want to pick it up because I had confidence in the creative team and the actors, and I did a review for it. It's a good movie. It's in the vein of like a Shawshank Redemption, but you know, it's a retelling, and it's been a story for a while. But yeah, it's Papillon. Everybody did such a great job in this. I would double dip on this for a 4K because I think that the cinematography alone would support that. It's a good movie. It's really good. It's serious, but it's not, you know, oh my God, you know, this is like too dark and depressing. It's not like that. It's really at its heart about hope, and that, you know, that's something that we all need in the world. So absolutely, I would recommend that. Here's another catalog title that I picked up. I was just waiting for a good price on it. This has been in my basket, my Amazon wish list for a while. Finally got it for a great price. Occulus, great horror. Karen Gillan, yeah, love her stuff. But yeah, Oculus, this is a good horror movie. It really is. You can't go wrong with horror sometimes, but it's just they do it right, and it's a nice rated R, so you get some good gore, that kind of thing. But yeah, Oculus, you can't beat that one. All right, now this one I got because, believe it or not, I did actually enjoy it. This was probably near the tail end of when MoviePass was a thing, when it wasn't the big problem that it is now. But I did enjoy it. It's my girlfriend enjoyed it, so that's also another reason to pick it up. But yeah, Midnight Sun. I waited for a good price on this one. I did get it with a couple discounts, so I got it for under $10. But it's fine. It's. I know they've retold. This is kind of a retelling, but aren't all movies. But it was enjoyable enough, and Rob Riggle is. I like the guy. He's funny, and it was good to see him playing kind of a serious role here. And it's just it's not it's not a summer blockbuster type film, but it's got heart to it, and I really enjoyed it. This one I picked up. I'm not gonna lie. I picked up because I'm a fan of the animated series or animated film, and it's just Disney. So obviously, and I love the slipcover on this. It's probably like my favorite slipcover this month, actually. Olaf's Frozen Adventures. I got this for a decent price. It just came out a few weeks ago. The rear there, it's nice and shiny. But yeah, it's fine. It's they just played it on ABC the other day, and if you're a Disney fan, obviously you're gonna get stuff like this. Now this one I picked up because it kind of like this wasn't a catalog that I missed out or I had resold. This was a blind buy, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen it yet. But it was at a really good price. It was recommended to me, and I'm going to review it probably this week. So look for that, and that's The Family. I've heard good things about it. Michelle Pfeiffer, can't go wrong there. Robert De Niro, you absolutely can't go wrong there. But yeah, The Family. I hear it's good. I'll post a review when I get it. Now here's another casualty of the sell-off from years ago. This one, look, no movie is going to replace Jaws, and it shouldn't, because Jaws is an amazing tentpole film. It's set the bar. But before the Sharknadoes, there was Deep Blue Sea. This has always been a guilty pleasure for me. It's bad but good. That kind of thing. I got it for $5. Honestly, this was another one that's been sitting in my wish list for a while, waiting for a good price. But yeah, Deep Blue Sea, absolutely. Yet another casualty of the sell-off, but once again, waiting for a good price. And there some buddies of mine actually have a podcast. It's called Films on Tap Podcast. Excellent group of guys. It's very raw, but they talk about movies a lot. And they were talking about this in a recent episode. So shout out to Films on Tap Podcast. And it just made me want this more. So while I waited for a good price on this one, I was like, you know what, screw it. It's been a while since I've seen it, and I love this movie absolutely. And that is Major League. Come on. This is just amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. And funny. Once again, another quotable movie, It's so... I'm laughing just think about it. I've seen this so many times, but I just couldn't have this out of my collection anymore. So I spent the extra few dollars, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get this. All right, so the next set is going to be... I got a lot of 3D this month. That's usually not the case. Usually I get about 1 or 2 a month, but it was a good month for 3D, actually. Some imports, some were here in the States. So we're going to stop off... This was recent, like literally just showed up yesterday. And so it counts for November, but I like the movie. It's another guilty pleasure, and I know it's like kind of geared towards younger kids, but I liked it. I haven't seen the second one yet, but as the 3D version of Goosebumps. Yeah, the 3D is actually very excellent in this. I would do a review, but it is an older film, so I'm trying to stick to stuff that just came out to do reviews on. But yeah, Goosebumps, Jack Black, 3D, can't lose there. Another couple that were also on my this was also on my sell-off list from years ago, but these are the original 2D versions. So I never owned the 3D, so I'm actually very excited to jump in. Now, Best Buy also had these on sale for Black Friday week. This was not a Black Friday sale. These are on sale the week of for $4 a piece, and you get the blue standard 2D, and that's How to Train Your Dragon and How to Train Your Dragon 2. There are 4K editions of this coming out, I believe, in January. I will definitely be picking those up as well. Reviews incoming for those, but yeah, the 3D versions of How to Train Your Dragon, absolutely. It's just, these are great movies. These are a lot of fun animated films. In a time where we don't get a lot of 3D animated, we still get the stuff that you have to import, but for local, Also, another new release this month, and I did a review for this, so look for that, is The Meg in 3D. I really enjoyed the 3D in this. It looked great. It's a fun movie. It's dumb but fun. Definitely Deep Blue Sea material with better CGI shark. But yeah, I think the 3D was actually excellent in this. It's one of those I'd probably alternate between this and the 4K. But yeah, The Meg. And finally for the 3D, we have the import of The Incredibles 2. I did a review for this. I was, just a long story short, I was not super impressed with the overall color palette. The 3D was fine. It was okay. There were a lot of great layering scenes, and when during the action, it really stood out. But I don't know, the color timing on this was just off to me. Like the reds were just so saturated. They were too bright, and it just really detracted. But I still want to support 3D, and unless it's a total train wreck, I'm gonna pick it up. But yeah, I did a review for this. If you want more in-depth, go ahead and check that out. But I also think this is the better of the two steelbooks that came. This was from Zavi, and I just wish the coloring was better. It's too red. It was just the uniforms are just blinding, and my testing equipment is well calibrated enough. It was to the point where I actually went to other discs to make sure something didn't get screwed up, and they were fine. It just, in this, it was just the reds were just all over the place, and it just didn't look good to me. When you compare it to the 4K, that is no comparison. It looks so much better in 4K, very filmic, but we get to that in a few minutes. But yeah, all right, so that's going to do it for the Blu Rays. So let's check out the 4Ks I picked up. So for the month of November, because of the uncertainty of Black Friday and everything, and other sales, that kind of thing, I really kind of took it easy on 4K. I got all the catalog stuff that I wanted. So, I mean, not catalog, I'm sorry, all the new stuff that I wanted. So a lot of this is just like stuff I, got during the week. I didn't go a lot, really, looking at this, I didn't really go hunting for catalog stuff. Plus, it's not a lot of catalog I don't have. There's only maybe like 5 on my Amazon wish list that I'm looking for and waiting for a good price on. But I did get a fair amount. So we're gonna start with, of course, the always amazing Superman. I felt that I did a review for this. I felt the 4K was an okay upgrade. It's not going to blow your socks off. It's not going to move any players, but Superman himself is beautifully rendered in 4K. The HDR is just it's great there. But overall, the movie, because of the way it was filmed, it's going to be difficult to really get a pristine but keep that almost like dreamlike look in this movie. It's really I don't know if it can be done. It may need a full restoration. Maybe we'll get one in another 10 years or something, maybe 5. But if you're an absolutely diehard Superman fan, I would recommend this. It's good, but don't expect to be blown away by the HDR. One of my favorite Disney animated is thankfully now in 4K. The sequel just hit theaters. It did review for both. But yeah, WreckIt Ralph. Personal connection aside from this, it's a fun movie. It's very, it's very good for kids of the 80s and that kind of thing, the arcade generation. And I felt it was very worthy upgrade. Not spectacular, but it's still worth picking up, in my opinion. And the steelbook looks really nice, actually. So, yeah, WreckIt Ralph. Also, a movie I saw in theaters. Absolutely wanted it to come out when it came out on disc. I was really hoping it would be 4K. It wouldn't be one of those movies where it's like, okay, well, Blu Ray only. I think it deserves a 4K, and it's a great movie by Spike Lee, and that is BlacKkKlansman. Absolutely good movie. I would highly recommend checking it out. I did a review. Go ahead and look for that. But yeah, this is a good disc. It's a good looking disc. It actually the HDR highlights are not what you would expect. It's very the detail oriented kind of thing, where you see, cracks in leather, that kind of thing, or, it's a very good looking disc, for something that's not an action heavy or sci-fi or something. This is what HDR can do, and it looks great. Actually, it really looks spectacular. Going back to Disney, of course, it just talked about the 3D version. That is The Incredibles 2. Nice looking steelbook. Overall, I felt Incredibles 2 was not as good as the original. There was a little too messagey here and there, and I think they sacrificed, too much of the fun. There were some good scenes in it, but it, not nearly as good as the first, in my opinion. The animation style, however, is light years ahead of the first. It looks like a film, not an animated film, but it looks like a film. It looks spectacular. The HDR is so good. It looks really good. It is a darker by nature kind of film, but I think it does that, at the not at the expense of what an HDR can do, but it you get the enhancements, like the things like Elastigirl's uniform, and and once again, where the red in the 3D looked terrible, it is the highlight in the HDR here. Looks great. Sadly, they did knock down the strobe effect in the one particular scene. I didn't cover that in my review, so I did actually want to mention that here. That's disappointing. I think we should have been given a branching option or something for that. I like a film to be has the intended by the director. And I think that they played it way too safe. It doesn't look as cool as it did. But yeah, if you're a fan, I would absolutely pick this up. It looks good. It really does. This one is I did the 3D version also. But yeah, the Meg, Best Buy exclusive steelbook. Fun. Now, I did review, and I see a lot of people, I think, are having issues with, some of the overblown daylight scenes. My TV was calibrated. I see what they're talking about, but for me, personally, it didn't detract from the overall scenes. I still think the underwater HDR is amazing to look at. It's a gorgeous looking disc. If you have your TV calibrated, it shouldn't be too much of a problem for you. But I saw what they were kind of saying, but it didn't detract my personal opinion. So I'll just say that. But yeah, I actually love the steelbook of this. This will be a contender for the steelbook of the 2018 year. Definitely gonna be doing a list of those. So another movie. This one's still a little hard to find in stores. Apparently Amazon has it, BestBuy.com has it. I haven't seen it in the wild other than Walmart. And when I went to Walmart last week, they didn't have it, but they had it the week it was released. So to make a case for movies like this, and when I say movies like this, I mean comedies, that, where BlacKkKlansman, you would think that that's not a HDR, something that would benefit HDR. HDR can benefit in myriad of ways, and not just lasers and lights and those kind of things. But Crazy Rich Asians, my God, one of the best looking discs I've seen this year. And I wish we, could have gotten a Dolby Vision of this, because I think Singapore looks absolutely breathtaking with HDR. It looks amazing. It's a good movie. It's fun. I think it's for, anybody can watch this, no problem. And it's so it looks great. This is going to be a contender for the best looking disc of the year. It looks amazing. I recommend it. Don't get the Blu Ray. Even if you are just a Blu Ray person, get the 4K anyway. It comes with the Blu Ray. And in case you do fast forward to 4K one day, you are going to be glad you did, because this looks amazing. Another movie I felt that looked really, really good was, you know, it was very good. It's for, you know, as I wouldn't call it low budget, because it wasn't. But this is what you can do with proper CGI management. You don't make things look cartoony and stuff like that. And this kind of movie you think it would go that way, but I think anything that shows off CGI in a good way doesn't get destroyed in the HDR or whatever. And that's Kin. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot. This was a complete blind buy. I bought it based off the trailer, and you know, another movie that just like in and out of the theater, bam. So of course, you know, just decided to pick it up. Why not? It was at a good price. It's still at a good price. I recommend it. It's a funny movie. Excuse me. And then finally, the last thing I picked up, and this was my only real, this is my only real Black Friday purchase. Little bit of a story, you know, drama behind this one. It went up for sale for early Best Buy Premier members, and you know, I missed out on that because just didn't catch it in time. And then, you know, for actual Thursday night when I went out, none of the stores around me had it. Nobody put it out. But then thankfully it went up for, you know, sale to pick up online, and I finally got it. Now, I've also said in my previous videos that I don't like buying box sets, especially box sets of movies that are, you know, still ongoing, you know, like Fast and Furious and things, knowing full well. And I already have Fallen Kingdom, and I didn't want to really go double dip on that. And until they do individual releases for $20, the 4K set of the first 4 Jurassic Park movies. Why not? I have them now. You know, when they do individual releases, I may double dip. I may just get rid of this. But until then, I have them on 4K, and I'm glad to have them, because I don't know what Universal's waiting for on this, but yeah, for $20, honestly, you're come on, $5 for a 4K movie per movie, that's a no-brainer. And they're Jurassic Park. At least 2 are okay. I love the original. The second one I felt was one I really didn't like at first, but then I saw it, you know, over the years, and it kind of grew on me. 3 is just dumb action. It's just, there's really no story to it. It's just like, okay, just throw these guys in the park. And now, as far as Jurassic World goes, I enjoy that one. Yes, there are some dumb logic gaps, running around in high heels, that kind of thing, but overall, I like it. It's wasted opportunity, but I don't hate it, and I'm anxious to see it in 4K, to be honest. I kind of want to see how it looks. I'm gonna give these a shot pretty soon, but yeah, you know, basically, long story short, overall waiting for Universal to put these out in individual releases, which is what I like to do. But, you know, for $20, that was just too good of a deal. And it'll just sit there for a while. You know, I'll probably watch it a few times at this rate before they release the individual copies. But yeah, that's how I like to do it. As far as box sets go, I like to know things done. You know, if it's done, I have no problem buying a box set. You know, but I know everybody, you know, is not like me, so they buy the box sets, but it's just weird. Like, they put this out, and then literally, like, a month later, like, oh, no, we're doing a 5-box set, you know. It's like, Universal's, like, I think one of those companies. It's just, it just loves the quadruple dip stuff, and, you know, we do buy it, so. Yeah, so that's pretty much going to do it. That's my November 2018 haul. A lot of good stuff, a lot of catalog stuff, a lot of stuff filling back in the gaps from my big sell-off years ago, and you know, I'm looking forward to December. December's got, while we don't have the full month, because pretty much everything after the 18th we have the 18th, we have a bunch of stuff, but after that, we don't really have anything. You know, we have the holidays. So, you know, Christmas comes, but what we do have is next week, the week after that, we have some heavy hitters. So there's going to be a lot of stuff to pick up in December, which I, of course, check back. I always do the shopping videos, you know, and then we'll, you know, come back in a month and check out the December haul. But remember, please, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, put out videos daily. Leave your comments below. What did you think? You know, what did you pick up? What were your December, you know, pickups for the month? Or I'm sorry, your November pickups for the month. Getting ahead of myself. So yeah, until next time, please, you know, I'll see you at the movies.